To make things clearer, I'm going to label these variables using the ABCD that we discussed earlier. So the first one is SMA 10 and 1, which is C. The second one, SMA 10 and 2, refers to B. The third one refers to delta, and the fourth one refers to alpha. When we are comparing the charts and the codes, note that currently we are at this data point right here, the third one. Hence, this will be shift 0, this is shift 1, C and D is shift 1, A and B will be shift 2. Now that we assign the values to the variables, let us code it out. Under TDL3, we need to fill in these two portions in the if parenthesis. To buy SMA 40 must be greater than SMA 10 1. 42 must be greater than SMA 10 2. And SMA 10 1 must be greater than SMA 41. We're going to make a small modification here. Instead of having greater than, I'm going to have greater or equals to. The reason being, what if C and D are both on this crossroads right here and they have the exact same value? This is very unlikely, but we want to make sure that such a case doesn't affect the way our robot functions. So now for the cell rule, that's the case. Let me adjust this. Now our EA is at this point, the third one from the left. So SMA 10 2, which is E in this case, is greater than SMA 42, and SMA 41, which is G in this case, is greater or equals than SMA 10 1, which is H in this case. And we are done with the entry rules. For the exit rules, we know that it is just a flip of the entry rule. So the exit rule for a long trade is the same as the starting rule for a short trade. So it's this portion. Let me copy this, the rule for a short trade. Go to the exit rules portion on line 130. Paste it in. Same thing for the exit rule for a long trade. Exit rule for a short trade. Copy the entry rule for a long trade at line 193 and paste it at the exit rule for a short trade at line 158. And the exit rules are done. However, we still have two rules. We have our 30 pip hard stop as seen in line 20 and our trailing stop of 30 pips. To incorporate that, look at this portion here from line 38 to line 47. These are known as Aston variables. Aston variables can be adjusted from the MT4 platform itself without accessing the code. You can think of it as the control panel for the user. So I have already created a set of variables here for us. We know that in this case we are using stop loss, so change that to true. Our stop loss is 30 pips, so 30. We have no take profit, so keep it as false. And for trailing stop, we are using that. Put it as true and change it to 30. Once that is done, we are done for all our exit rules. The next rule is our position sizing. We have no algorithms, so we are going to use the variable here on line 40 as our sizing algorithm. So all we do is keep it as 1.0 or 1. Once that is done, our robot Adeline is complete. Click compile, check if there's any errors. I want to touch on a few issues. I want to explain what is magic number and slippage. So magic number, think of it as the ID for this particular robot. Imagine you have 5 or 6 different robots running. If each of them have a magic number, which they do, we will know which trait belongs to which robot, so we won't get it mixed up. The next thing is slippage. So slippage is defined as the difference between the price you want to enter the trade and the price that you actually got into the trade. Sometimes when it's high volatility and the prices are jumping too quickly, you are not able to get the price that you want. So if I set a slippage of 3 pips, I'm telling MetaEditor that, alright, if I want to get a price at X level, if you want to long it at X level, and you can't get X, I don't mind getting worse prices at X plus 1, X plus 2, or X plus 3. That's what the slippage of 3 pips means. The next thing I want to talk about is the way the codes are arranged. You will probably realize that the exit rules are coded above the entry rules, and this is for a good reason. Take some time to think about it. Why would we code the exit rules before the entry rules? This is the reason. If on the same tick, same bar, there is an entry signal and there's an exit signal. Let's say that your EA only allows you to hold one position at one time. In the ideal world, the position will be exited first, then the entry signal will be run. Imagine if I code the entry signal above the exit signal. What will happen is that MetaEditor will read the entry signal, but it will be invalid because I already have a position, so I cannot add another position to it. And then it will read the exit signal and close the current position, so you will be left with no position. Hence we have the exit rules above the entry rules to make sure that all the signals that are valid is executed.